We're here today with the Audeze MOBIUS Gaming Headphones. The first thing you need to know is that these are not your normal gaming headphones. They cost $629, which is 2 to 3 times more than what you would pay for a regular pair of gaming headphones. But let me read you a quote by the CEO, okay? If you look at gaming headphone companies, with the exception of one or two, there's almost no audio pedigree. Most of them are keyboard and mouse makers making a headset because they can put 13 million LED lights on it. Whoa! So this guy is like talking shit, right? But can he back it up? Let's start with what the headphone looks like on the outside. So here, you get two colors, blue and copper. Here you get the volume dial, the microphone dial, the USB connectivity, 3.5 connectivity, and this 3D button. What is this mysterious 3D button? You also get a mic mute button so you can talk trash about your friends. And it's twisty. Look, twisty. The booklet that you get in this thing tells you not to bend other headphones the way you would bend this. But why are you paying $629 for this? I did a lot of research yesterday. I'm very proud of myself, so let me tell you guys. This is driver lesson 101. If you're listening to this via a pair of headphones, right, and you don't know what you bought, chances are you're using dynamic drivers. So all sound is mechanical energy, right? It's like something has to move to produce that sound. So in dynamic drivers, you get a static magnetic field, you get a diaphragm, which is the thingy that moves, and then you get a voice coil attached to the diaphragm. So when electric pulses go through this voice coil, it changes the magnetic field and the diaphragm goes whoop, 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 whoop. But because the diaphragm is like that and the voice coil is like that, it can't exactly reach the edges of the diaphragm so well. So maybe the center can whoop, 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 which is why you get very good bass. But the sides are maybe like which is why you get distortion. But these don't have dynamic drivers, they have something that's called planar magnetic drivers, which is like one step up. So instead of having like that and then like that, you get one diaphragm in the middle with a wire running through it and two magnets by the side. So these two magnets create the electric field, and when the current passes through the wire in the diaphragm, okay, so it runs through the entire bloody diaphragm, right? So when the wires and the magnetic field, the whole thing can move like that. Many times a second. And the edges don't get the distortion that you will get from a dynamic set of drivers. In other words, they sound much better lah, which is why you're paying a lot more. So all along, my ears are damn hooked, right? So I wear, you know, like default Apple earbuds and I'm like, oh, sound! That's fantastic! So I thought I wouldn't be able to hear a difference when I put this on. But holy okay, so yesterday, right, I put this on and I went to watch Netflix, like a regular Netflix show. And then the Netflix logo came on. And I heard things in the Netflix logo that I never heard before. So normally it's like dung dung or something, right? And I could hear like dung dung. It's like things that didn't exist, okay? Guys, it's like all the sound I was listening to before paled in comparison. I feel so overly dramatic, but it's true. And remember, just now I said something about a 3D button here? This is another freaking crazy, mind-blowing trick thingy, okay? So normally, right, let's say you're watching a movie and the sound is supposed to come from your right. So the sound comes from somewhere over here. So you listen to a regular pair of headphones, the sound comes from here. But once you turn your head, the sound will come from here, right? Because your headphones move. But with this, the sound still keeps coming from here. Why? Because there's an accelerometer, a gyrometer that tracks where your head is in space-time 1,000 times plus a second. So if you're watching a movie and the sound is supposed to come from here and you turn your head, the sound still comes from here! Holy beep! Like, what the... So when I first read this, right, so I was reading all the reviews of this and I was like, people, oh, it's 3D technology. I was like, yeah, some gimmick lah, people do it before, you know, like they make vibrating headphones and stuff. Nobody wants this lah. Okay, but the first thing I noticed, right, was that I thought the headphones spoiled because the sound kept coming from here. But then I realized that you have to center yourself. So every time you put these headphones on, right, you can choose to calibrate where your head is facing so that it identifies where you are in the world. Okay? Even in game, right? So I went to play a bit of Destiny with this. And then it's like, if you're shooting there, right, I turn my head, it's still coming from there! Ah! So now, buy or not? Guys, I've never been as hyped about anything in this Bond series, okay? So when I first read about these headphones, right, when I first took them out of the box, and okay, the box is damn epic, okay? Like, the amount of literature you get that tells you what to do is like this thick. So when I first saw it, I was like, some gimmick, right? Who needs this? Who needs 3D sound? Who needs planar? Blah! Guys, you are so wrong. You need this in your life. Okay, this is not sponsored, and I'm telling you, you need this in your life. $629 to change the way you feel about sound. Would you pay $629 for a pair of specs if you were blind? Yes, right! So you should pay for this anyway! Because it changes your life! To the point that right after we finish the shoot, I'm going to write to the PR agency and ask if there's a discount on these from media because I never want to return it. No! Liz out. YouTube end screen. YouTube end screen. Is there audio on the YouTube end screen? I hope they don't hear me. Wah!
There is.
Oh shit.